Hey folks, sorry this devotion is a little bit later than usual today, but I had a few things I was doing in preparation for getting ready to leave on my first leg of my journey to West Virginia. It's such a long ways off, I don't want to do it all in one day, so you all, I'm sure, can sympathize with me in that as well. Of course, I'm going to have to do it all in one day coming home on Saturday, but sometimes we do what we got to do. Sometimes we can move around what we have to do and modify it, but it is what it is, as we say in the Army. I had a cadence that came to my mind just a little while ago as I was putting my uniform and stuff in the truck, and the cadence is called "Here We Go Again," and I'm not going to sing the rest of it here. Maybe some other time y'all might catch me and I'll tell you what it says, but in any case, getting ready to go do that. So y'all be in prayer for traveling mercies, and pray that we'll have a good duty, a few duty days, and traveling mercies back on Saturday and ready to be in the pulpit on Sunday. Today, from the book of Galatians, chapter number 6, Paul says these words. Galatians chapter 6 and verse number 2. Bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. Christian, we have an obligation to each other to bear one another's burdens. And that means that we lift each other in prayer. We listen when people need to talk. We sympathize and empathize with people's difficulties that they may be going through. And in so doing, Paul tells us here under inspiration that we fulfill the law of Christ. What's the law of Christ? Love God and love one another. And that's what we do when we bear one another's burdens. I may have shared this illustration before, but I'm not really sure, so you forgive me for my redundancy if I've shared it with you in this format or from the pulpit or something. But I remember when I was in Air Force basic training, 1994, seems like forever ago. I always jokingly say about 100 years ago. But it also happened that where we had our basic training, Lackland Air Force Base, Texas, it's also where the selection took place for the Air Force Special Forces. And we would be out on the drill pad doing whatever during the course of basic training, and we would see the Air Force Special Forces candidates going down the road, and they'd either be carrying a boat or they'd be carrying a log or something or another. And we all thought it was so funny to look at, but upon reflection, I think about it, and here's exactly what that was saying. That was saying that one member of the team cannot carry that load by themselves. So each and every one aided in carrying whatever they were carrying down the street. That's exactly what we're supposed to do as Christians. We bear one another's burdens. Don't you know how easy it is when your burden is helped along by someone else carrying it? And you know, we all have those folks that, and you'll laugh when I say this, but we all have those folks that we regret asking them how they're doing because they're going to tell us. Now, we say that tongue-in-cheek and kind of jokingly, but we need to know how each other's doing. Because if we know, guess what we can do? We can pray for one another's burdens. We can listen to one another's burdens. We can help one another carry our burdens. And that's exactly what we're called to do as Christians. And Paul says it right here. Bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. And as I said just a little while ago, law of Christ. Jesus said it in his ministry. He said, love the Lord with all your heart and love your neighbor as yourself. And so when we bear one another's burdens, Christian, we're doing exactly what Jesus said, and we are bringing him glory, which is our ultimate mission here on earth. So I hope and pray this encourages you. I'll come to you tomorrow from somewhere along the way to Kingwood, West Virginia, as we go, and I go and watch and support and just be there for my soldiers qualifying on the range. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful time. Y'all be in prayer for traveling mercies. Love you folks, and I'll talk to you a little bit later. God bless you.